If you want to know the best horror movies, you should definitely watch our picks for the best ones of the 1970s. We hope you will enjoy the following ranking. Please let us know your favorite in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to never miss a good movie again.
Number 10. Carrie, 1973.
That's Satan's power.
It has nothing to do with Satan, Mama. It's me. Me.
Carrie is a 1973 supernatural horror film directed by Brian De Palma and stars Sissy Spacek, John Travolta, and Piper Laurie. Bringing us the most disturbing yet memorable coming-of-age story ever put to film. Carrie is the depiction of teenage cruelty and anxiety, all mixed up with supernatural horror. Young teenage girl Carrie, who is consistently mocked and bullied at school, starts noticing strange things happening around her. And those things are of ultra-violent nature.
Tell that boy you're not going or we're going to move from here.
No.
You'll move from here and you'll never see that boy again. The rain's coming in.
Mom, please sit talk to me.
Close the window.
Mama, I'll get him. Please sit talk to me.
Number 9. Eraserhead, 1977.
Mary usually does the carving, but maybe tonight you'll do it, Henry.
Eraserhead is a 1977 experimental body horror film written and directed by David Lynch and stars Jack Nance, Charlotte Stewart, Alan Joseph, and Jean Bates. As an abstract, disturbing, and masterful experience, Eraserhead takes a deep and surreal look into one man's head and his devastating fear of parenthood. When protagonist Henry ends up moving in together with a woman he accidentally left pregnant, the baby turns out to be a lizard-like creature that won't stop wailing. But who could have thought that a lizard human will be the least of his trouble?
You'll be all right in a minute.
Excuse me.
Number 8. The Wicker Man, 1973.
Little old beetle goes round and round, always the same way, you see, until it ends up right up tight to the nail. Poor old thing.
The Wicker Man is a 1973 folk horror film directed by Robin Hardy and stars Edward Woodward, Britt Ekland, Diane Salento, and Christopher Lee. When a detective arrives in a Scottish island village, he dives deep into the investigation of a missing child. But the deeper he digs, the more the village and its inhabitants reveal themselves as following strange practices and rituals that may have more to do with the vanishing than he thought.
I understand you're looking for a missing girl.
I found her.
Splendid.
In her grave. Your lordship is a justice of the peace. I need your permission to exhume her body, have it transported to the mainland for a pathologist's report.
You suspect foul play?
I suspect murder and conspiracy to murder.
In that case, you must go ahead.
Number 7. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974.
Her?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a 1974 slasher film directed by Tobe Hooper and stars Marilyn Burns, Paul A. Partain, Edwin Neal, and Gunnar Hansen. While following the good old premise of teenagers running into the wrong middle of nowhere and getting slashed one by one, this classic stays fresh through its thoughtful execution and mind behind it. When murderous outcasts begin to slash them with chainsaws, it creates the tension, gore, and thrill to make it a true serial killer classic. Number 6. The Omen, 1976.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
The Omen is a 1976 supernatural horror film directed by Richard Donner and stars Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, David Warner, and Billy Whitelaw. Enduring and dread-soaked, this brutal and gory horror fest offers you the most disturbing representation of the Antichrist. When a couple with a stillborn baby adopts a strange boy, they soon find themselves in the middle of hell. This boy might be the Antichrist and causes death and pain around him wherever he goes.
Damon! No!
Number 5. Nosferatu the Vampyre, 1979.
I'm Count Dracula.
I know of you from Jonathan's diary.
Nosferatu the Vampyre is a 1979 German horror film written and directed by Werner Herzog and stars Klaus Kinski, Isabella Adjani, and Bruno Ganz. While being a remake of the most classic horror movie there ever was, this attempt becomes culturally classic in its own right through its stylish and thoughtful execution that will mess up your mind. While also redefining the classic Dracula story, Nosferatu presents a vampire that bears the cross of not being able to get old and die.
The absence of love is the most abject pain.
Salvation comes from ourselves alone. And you may rest assured that even the unthinkable will not deter me.
Number 4. Halloween, 1978.
All right. The boogeyman can only come out on Halloween night, right?
Right.
Well, I'm here tonight. I'm not about to let anything happen to you.
Halloween is a 1978 slasher film directed and scored by John Carpenter and stars Donald Pleasance and Jamie Lee Curtis. Revolutionary in its own right, Halloween may not be the classic horror movie, but it's the one that revolutionized slasher and serial killer movies. It is haunting and claustrophobic. Director John Carpenter creates atmosphere through sheer fear of being watched by someone or something. Presenting the unstoppable human monster, this one is an experience that will stick with you.
I'm gonna take a little walk.
Was it the boogeyman? I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of.
Are you sure? How?
I killed him.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
Number 3. Dawn of the Dead, 1978.
What the hell are they?
They're us, that's all. There's no more room in hell.
Dawn of the Dead is a 1978 independent horror film directed by George A. Romero and stars David M.G., Ken Foree, Scott Reiniger, and Galen Ross. When the dead rise from their graves, a group of survivors that could not be more different, 2 SWAT members, a traffic reporter and his girlfriend, find safety in a shopping mall to escape the flesh-eating creatures. With revolutionary practical effects and gore to literally grind your teeth, Dawn of the Dead is truly for people with a strong temper.
How about a little music?
What?
Might cover the noise we make.
Hit 'em all. Might as well have power and everything. We might need it.
Number 2. The Exorcist, 1973.
I'm Damien Karras.
And I'm the devil. Now kindly undo these straps.
If you're the devil, why not make the straps disappear?
The Exorcist is a 1973 supernatural horror film directed by William Friedkin and stars Ellen Burstyn, Max von Sydow, Jason Miller, and Linda Blair. Often called the most disturbing haunted house horror movie, The Exorcist will mess up your mind by offering a brutal honesty to its horror that makes jaws drop. Basically defining the exorcism genre, we witness how a young and sweet girl gets turned into a monster when possessed by something supernatural. And this thing won't leave until it's gotten what it wants.
Make it stop! He's trying to kill me! Mother! Make it!
All right, let's see what to do.
Keep away! The sow is mine!
Before we unveil movie number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
It's a monster. It's got hair all over it.
It's vague.
Nose, lips, ear.
Hands, everything, but it's got no detail, no character. It's unformed.
Jack, don't touch it. You don't know where it's been.
Number 1. Alien, 1979.
Intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
A transmission? Out here?
Yeah.
Alien is a 1979 science fiction horror film directed by Ridley Scott and stars Tom Skerritt, Sigourney Weaver, and Harry Dean Stanton. While there is not much that hasn't been said about this revolutionary monster movie, it is still remarkable how well it holds up till today. Through exceptional directing work and lots of movie love, director Ridley Scott has created a horror experience that will crawl down your spine and rip it apart from the inside. But in space, no one will hear you scream.
No, no, no!
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Do you agree with our list? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to know more about a particular movie in this list, you can check out our links in the video description. And for more top 10 movie videos, be sure to subscribe to communiTV.